morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world. And thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK. I'll be your caster and cameraman for today. And I am rolling with a co-caster without no hesitation going live. 9-0. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. We got Ascendant versus Midnight Team here on Death Toll. Already kicking it off, headed straight to this ladder hit.
Yeah, the map Veto was Death Toll. Now we're going to see Death Toll 1 through 4 most likely. We see a late tank 79%, which I think is good for this chapter now. I'm not a fan of early tanks. Let's see how Ascendant takes his choke.
Beautiful clear on the boom to start us off. Got the smoke pull. Hunter not quite. They do land the hunt spit. The smoker's still in there, slowing them down a bit. They get out with 6% taken. And all things considered, that hit can seriously go sideways. So well done by Midnight Team. They continue pressing on.
Yes, indeed. I am having some serious graphic issues on Francis. He is sliding around and is entertaining as hell from my point of view. No, he has no body animation. Something is going on, and Francis is all over the place. Here comes the attack, though. They're going to set it. It's going to be tri-cap with boom. The jockey will land. The hunter will land. The charger will not. It'll be a triple boom. They're going to have to clear out these hordes before they spawn this tank now. Maybe they're not going to wait. I don't know.
Yeah, locking in some decent damage is Ascendant. First tank going to be in the hands of Lion, who is joining up with Ascendant here for King's Infernus Cup.
Yeah, it is the I'm pulled again Lion himself. That's where that name comes from. He's always pulled with the smoker when he played with Ascendant. He is back with them again. Let's see if they can continue that trend. But right now, Lion's tank's going to only take a little bit of chip. He has a tri-cap, and without hesitation, he is in. Here's his early pull. He gets a punch at about 4,200 HP. Oh, was that a double? Actually, he gets a punch there. He gets another one there. That'll be the in cap. No, he misses. He gets the in cap at 2,000. He splits the survivors. Long arm on Francis. Support is not coming in yet. The charger has missed. The smoker and jockey take the same target. And it looks like Midnight is going to be able to survive here, Naw. And that is going to be Ascendant's first tank dead. And what's your take on it, Naw?
I think that was excellently executed by Midnight Team. I mean, we've got to give it to them. This is a relatively unknown team. The only team signed up from Brazil, to my knowledge. BR's last hope here. And they are facing down one of the best teams in this cup. And they make it out of the tank with 54% of the bonus left. Of course, not a ton of points on the table for this Chapter 1. But they don't have much of this chapter left to navigate through. Charger, Boomer, Hunter, Spitter for Ascendant. And we'll see where they choose to send it. MK could be conservative with this, which it looks like they're going to go for.
Yeah, it's the last hit they get. They do have commons locking them up now. The Boomer does get sacked. I think there'll be a patient wait from this point on. We'll do the roster rundown when the map's over. The Hunter and Charger will kind of just dance around the survivors. Hunter finds a target eventually, stumbling Lewis into the spit. And that will be Midnight Team making the safe room with about 408 bonus. And so far, it's an impressive showing by a team that I don't really know that much about now. What do you think?
Yeah, facts. Great showing straight out the gate. On White Toll, they've made it in with 808 points. We'll see how the match continues to play out. I think most people are going to be giving this over to Ascendant as far as who they think has got the shot. In fact, the vast majority of people would be. But what a start for Midnight Team. We'll see what they can do on this chapter. Maybe get a more impactful ladder hit. Maybe get some more in caps on the tank. We'll see what they can do.
Indeed. Well, right now, as we know, Midnight Team is a newer team. They've done a pretty impressive job on putting up 808 points on map 1 of Death Toll. There was a late tank, though, that I think that comes into a big factor now, in my opinion. Because if you have a tank late in the map, compared to having one early in the map, survivors don't have to navigate the whole thing or play that long possibility of a rock tank, bringing the cars in the early Death Toll map. So in my opinion, even whenever we play a pickup games now, or we play with our friends, we always vote that tank past 75% just for more fairness and more fun.
Cool. That makes sense. That makes sense. Honestly, from a casting perspective, it's extremely entertaining to cover an early tank here, but definitely not opposed to the later one either. And we're going to see Ascendant starting off their Survivor side. Looks like Midnight Team setting up for a rather aggressive hit before the ladder. Boom instantly gets popped. Smoker Hunter Spitter here. They are going to wind it back. 12 seconds left on Team Captain Andre to get back in. And Krycha guns it through, hops over, Hunter connects, but able to clear that quite quickly. They lock in the Hunt Spit, but that is going to be it, as the rest of Ascendant is going to climb up that ladder, regroup with their team, only about 2% lost.
That was a pretty clean tank, and now while they take the inside of this tunnel, we'll do a quick roster rundown for Ascendant. We'll have Vinci Lion, Kryja, and Innuendo with the slash. Give Catboy Rao the spot for Innuendo, as Kryja put out there. But if you want to take away Midnight Team, go ahead and all for us.
On Midnight Team, we got Amaruk, Vorkis, Rakia, and Andre apparently from Portugal. Of course, they speak Portuguese as well, so interesting to see that set up. Europe and South America working together, but we got another hit in. They do connect with the Hunter. Charger trying to get a little bit of action, not quite. And another clean hit, cleared up by the survivors of Ascendant. They're going to bring in the tank, Team Captain Andre, see what he can do.
Yep, you're right. It will be in the hands of, I'm not quite sure what this is reference to, but it looks like Andre 2006, 21,000 PR. So I'm assuming it's something to do with the singer, because I'm a fan of Outkast myself, but
hey,
for a minute I thought he was going to send this tank in right away. No, but he doesn't have favorable spawns. We might see a sack, but look at the chip already.
Yeah, 10%. Oh my goodness, he is getting lasered down. 4,600 left. Smoke comes out, not quite going to work. Jockey drops into that action, is going to get on the head, and he will be able to capitalize on that with one smack. Wraps it around, dodges as a follow-up smack, and this tank is getting given the runaround here. 800 HP left, and it is dead with like one smack. What a blazing entry for Ascendant. 760 bonus, 86.3 of that bonus left in their hands, and they just got one left hit to traverse through.
Yep, and they're going to burst through that. The tank only managed to get 48 points of damage. We still have an infected with 1 point. 3 survivors have single digits. Only the tank managed to muster up double digits. So far, Midnight has done a pretty good job with their their survivor. But their infected is something to be desired at the moment, as they're pretty much just going to throw in a bunch of change worth of damage. And that's going to be probably safe room made here now by Team Ascendant. Whoa, and a 25 comes out onto Vinci. And that'll dip it under 80%, and we're only going to have about a 200-300 point delta going into the next chapter.
Yeah, but as referenced, this is a lower point chapter. Ascendant, okay, they do lock it up. It is going to be over 1,000 to start us off. Interested to see where this tank is going to come in on chapter 2, MK.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, look at that point delta. 1,096 to 808 for Death Toll 1. Shit, sometimes for matches that I have covered, I haven't even seen a team hit 1,000. More or less, both teams almost do it after one chapter.
Yeah.
So it looks like both of them are bringing their games to play now. They don't want to get wiped out. But now comes a little bit of a challenge. Map 2. Tank commits. Actually, it's going to be a late tank now, so this one actually can be kited around too. I was wondering if we're going to see the early tank in the safe room, which is really support-driven, trying to get that first corner. And a lot of things can go wrong in there, but we're going to see it late in the map, another wide-open tank fight. And Ascendant right now with about a 300-point delta. I would say this is going to be big for them. If they can ace this tank and make safe room, the Midnight team is going to have to really try to dig it back up and break into that deficit that they're in right now.
Yeah, and as the survivors are going to be baiting this out in the initial safe room, Hunter, Smoker, Charger, and a Boom ready to go for MT. Zoe going to be sniffing around. Doesn't look like they have locked in that classic Boom spot. It's in the Boom back on the second one. It does land with Zoe. Smoke pulls in as well. Hunter, brief. And the Charger does land with the wall as well.
Yeah, I like the attempt of what they tried to do there, but the Smoker unfortunately got cleared right at this moment the SI went in to back up the survivors. It looks like the Midnight team kind of have the right idea with what they're doing. It's just difficult when you play a seasoned team like Ascendant and have people that have been playing for over a decade, most likely together as well. And now they're coming in the next set of spawns now, and it's going to be a Spitter Jockey. Still waiting for a little bit of time for the last ones. Hunter and a Charger.
Ooh,
Stack order.
okay.
Let's see where they send it now. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because we got this pipeline here. We'll see how Ascendant approaches it. Right now, it's just going to be Zoe pushing through it. Just going to be clearing commons, of course. Hunter is already pre-spawned in, up over to the side. Got Lewis joining her.
There must be a panel or something to activate that bridge.
Okay, and they all four gun it through. Hunter caught out, skeeted in 4 shots, and he's gone.
A little ambitious there from Amaruk, unfortunately. I think they'll be able to run back clean. I don't even know if they're going to hit with 3, and they are not going to. They're just going to hold it. Okay, now the Charger's going to go. This is the first questionable infected hit coming out from Midnight right now. I have no idea what this is. And here they go. They're going to send it. The Charger is going to be really late to the party. The Jockey will latch on. Here comes the Charger. And the Charger is dead. And I'll tell you what now, we've saw a lot of his hits so far in this match, and that's the first one that has me scratching my head.
Yeah, that was a massive question mark. Obviously, not only you miss a hit altogether, but the follow-up hit during the event can be great as well. But they just kind of cashed it in for a big fat nothing. And that is something that happens with some of these teams where there are just the plays that don't really align with what you typically see at the high level. Typically doesn't work out. They send in another one, and it's cleaned up quite quickly. They've still got 95% of the bonus, with the tank going to be in the hands of Amarok here shortly.
Yeah, so far that's going to be a 3rd hit. The first hit was a decent attempt. The second 2 are a little bit to be desired, just in my opinion, as far as maximizing your damage output. Spawns kind of went in one at a time with the last 2 hits. Let's see if Midnight can kind of bounce this back together, get their mental back in this. They do have a Charger Boomer Jockey. Probably going to see a sack, in my opinion, here now. I don't think you probably want this unless he lands a gigantic boom. He'll land one. He's going to roll in it anyways. It looks like Midnight Team is a big fan. They're going to send their Charger too. And now they only have a Jockey to kind of help him. He misses his punch. The Jockey lands. He gets a double. No, he doesn't get a double punch. He misses a punch there. He's down to 4,000. He's missing punches. He's getting danced on right now. Big time. Kryja gave him 4 jukes.
Don't do it to him again.
The 5th juke. Oh, Kryja gives it to him. Nah.
Kryja, you didn't have to do that to the mans, but that was incredible. I mean, got him wrapped around his finger. Smoke tries to pull down to reset. Not going to happen. Ascendant pushes forward strong. 908 bonus left. They're going to try to send a Hunt Spit. Ricocheting it through. Gets cleaned up. Spit does separate. Slow down the survivors a bit. But again, not the kind of hits that you want to be seeing. At least want to be locking in some Hunt Spit damage at the very least. And they can't even manage that. Ascendant pushing through.
Yep, they are going to
look at her.
It's pretty impressive.
Wow.
I mean, look at that bonus.
Yeah.
I mean, that is 893 points. You're not misreading that. And now they're going to actually have a quad try. Can they land it? Oh, no, that Charger is really ambitious. It's not going to land. It's going to be kind of just dinky and dink damage, and that is going to be it. And they're going to walk in with 80%. And that is going to be an impressive showing from Ascendant for two maps now. That is going to be 24-something and change. 2480 for the first 2 maps of Death Toll. Impressive showing.
Incredible out of Ascendant. You know, MT starting off strong with locking in that 808 as they were the first survivors on Chapter 1. And we thought, you know, there's that glimmer of hope. But after this Chapter 2, it's going to take a very strong showing on MT's survivor side. Maybe their SIs aren't quite great, but they've got what it takes here on the survivor side. Maybe. But the special infected side didn't necessarily bring a lot of hope here for this Chapter 2. We'll see if they can regroup, recalibrate, and find some success here on the survivor side.
Yep, and here we go live again. That opening attack will be Tri-Cap with Boom. No Spitter, no Jockey. I like the attempt that came out by Midnight Team. Let's see if Ascendant can capitalize a little bit more. They're going to bring their Hunter around. Hunter not going to be able to find the target. Loses a couple of his HP and decommits. I don't know what that was now, but that was funny.
Pounce in the door.
I think it might have been a 2 if he landed, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, oh my god. Smack after smack after smack with the smoke. Adding in some as well. Brings him down 7% off that first hit. And Ascendant, once again, with that upper hand. I love the charger smacks there.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage if you look at it. No, this is about what Ascendant was at when the tank committed. And they've already inflicted that much damage upon the survivors in one hit. They're kind of common locked in a bad spot. They need to get out of here. The Hunter's coming. Oh, what a skeet! The Jockey does come out. They get the decent clears. Not terrible job coming out there by Midnight, but a little bit of the free spit makes the hit actually do a lot right there, Nall. It looks like it was going to be a good shutdown, but they double up on damage down to 84%. They will start the event, though, and retreat back into the sewer tunnel for an attack or two before we see Tank in play.
They've let a lot of damage through, but that was a beautiful skeet. We got to keep this match in context here. Midnight Team is not a team that you and I have heard of before, nor the Spanish casters as well. They rank them quite low, so they're performing decently well, for sure, all things considered. But the hit comes out. Charger's going to lock in a lot of damage. Jockey and as well as a Hunter on the back lines. And Smoker reconnects on the front end. And that is really going to be horrific for Midnight Team.
Yes, it is. They're going to manage to get the pickup, but they're going to have a survivor who's been pulled forward for a long time. He's actually going to die because they're not able to clear it. And that is going to be not a good turn of events coming out for Midnight. The Jockey lands. They're swimming in the spit again. And it looks like the beginning of the end here for Midnight now. They're about to fall.
And that, if that wasn't a caster curse, I don't know what is. I'm in the middle of hyping up MT, and they just get absolutely obliterated through the tunnels while I'm doing it. They've still got a hope here. They've still got a dream, but the tank's not even in yet. And they haven't been able to pick up Zoe. She's gonna die. Charge comes out, gets a smack, doesn't land with the target, but goes in for more smacks. Francis is surrounded. Lewis is backing into the spit, and this is just a disaster. Down goes MT. They're done on chapter 2 at least.
Yes, they will wipe out. That hit was devastating. Oh my goodness, that is just wild. But actually, quick shout out to Dave, 14810. No, this has been a friend of mine who actually been following me since my first month on Twitch back in 2010. Ooh.
Let's go, Dave.
And thank you for the raid, my friend. Good to see you. Hope life has been treating you well, my friend. And hopefully the game will be more entertaining as we go along here. Remember, we did say that Midnight Team did an impressive first chapter, and unfortunately, no, they were not able to survive that tunnel with a massive double rolling tri-cap coming in immediately, pretty much killed the survivor and took all the bonus away.
Yeah, that's honestly my bad for hyping up or trying to hype up MT there during that hit, because Ascendant had such immaculate execution there. It was really a sight to see. We had every single SI hitting the separation on the Jockey with the Hunter covering for it deeper down in the tunnel. It was really a work of art by Ascendant. And they walked right into the spider's trap, and there it was. So MT going to try to regroup here once again on chapter 3. Smoker, Charger, Spitter, Jockey overhead. Smoker actually down below. Goes for the initial pull onto Zoe. We got some overlap though. Charge not able to find a target. Everything else dealt with. They will lock in about 2.5%. That's going to be it. Early tank though, MK switching it up a little bit.
Oh, he's going to be shot down right now for a couple hundred. Oh, he is ready for it. Oh, he's going immediately. No hesitation. I love it and all. The aggressiveness coming out from a Midnight Team is pretty good. They want to land the boomers and go in. It just doesn't work out for their tank play, but they're kind of throwing it in properly, I would say. Just maybe work on those tank punches and get in your corners. But let's see right now if Rakia can do it for his team here as they stack the boomer, and it doesn't look like they're gonna go in again with another one boom. Now, why don't you take this tank away right away?
All right, he is going to be wrapping around, finding the engage. The survivors drop down out of it. Charge, connecting. Hunter finding a target as well. This lines up the tank perfectly for that 1-2. Rocket to the punch, got him cornered as well. Nice showing by Rakia, but he gets absolutely exploded. And survivors got a wealth of health points left.
Yeah, oh my gosh, they just demolished that tank. That's one of the fastest tanks I've ever seen die on this chapter.
Seriously.
He got I think he got 2 hits, but one was God framed. And again, look at Ascendant just blitzing the map with a massive bonus of 1,053, and they only have about 55% of the way the map to go through. They do have a choke to deal with. Smoker can try to reset them, but they only have 2 spawns to kind of deal with it. Smoker gets cleared, Charger can't find anything, and neither can the Spitter, and they've taken that choke as well.
I love the confidence. They just leave one survivor back there. They know that they're going to be able to clear that smoker tongue, no problem. It comes out. They know exactly the target it's going to be on. They're aimed there at it, and they get the instant clear on the tongue. No reset for MT. They do set up for another hit. Hunter, Charger, Smoker, Spitter. Looks like they're going to send it right here. Ascendant more than prepared for this. Got 2 survivors up top on the bus. Smoke comes out, immediately cleared. Charge, going to get sidestep. They do walk into a Hunt Spit, but again, if all you can land is a Hunt Spit here, tank's already down, 80% of the bonus left. It's definitely not going to be enough for MT.
No, definitely not, but the one thing that I am pretty impressed on watching them is I like how they're trying to use the SI accordingly, alley-oop the Charger, try to set things up, Pound Spit gets the stumbles. They're doing the right things. It's just the execution isn't quite there yet, so I think with a little bit of practice and keep playing through tournaments like this, we might see an impressive turnaround from Team Midnight in the future. But let's see what they can do with this match. Try to get Ascendant under 1,000 bonus. Right now they're sitting at 1,083. They send the boomer in first. Hunter's hiding in the tree outside, and it looks like the survivor's going to hold tight until these commons are free, even though there's no Spitter to worry about.
Right. They walk it out. The hit is immediately sent. They know exactly where that Hunter is. Clear out the smoke tongue. Jockey hopping through. Does eventually find it. Hunter ripping away at Bill. Once again, quick clears. Charger stranded. Over 1,000 bonus. Ascendant walks it into the graveyard.
Indeed they will. Charger is trying to just lurk about, find something to spawn in between them, but no point going alone. They should be able to hit this button without a full attack up. The Charger could probably want to make a play on Zoe, and it's going to before his team is up, but he misses. The Spitter was ready. Again, I kind of like the plays they're going for now. It's just the execution isn't quite there yet.
Yeah, they're in your head kind of moment there. The Charger sidesteps coming out in full effect here for Ascendant. They're not letting these charges through, except for that charge on the tank. That was a well-placed charge and did line up some nice damage. But besides that, beautiful sidesteps. Ascendant looking like they want to take it into the shed. Vorkis up in 2 seconds, and that will be the quad. Ascendant responding accordingly. We've seen a quad connect here. I believe it was Ascendant versus Daughter Chickens. The smoke comes in, gets cleared up. Hunter charge from opposite ends. Instant clears, lightning fast, and they've taken almost no damage through this graveyard sequence.
Yep, I believe they'll be able to push up to the door. I don't know if they'll get in without one more set of spawns, but this looks like it's going to be about a 70% bonus on Chapter 3 for Ascendant, and if they do walk in with this, they will be about 20 points. Actually, no, yeah, about 20 points. No, they will put up 4K after 3 maps if they hold this.
Wow.
That is an impressive showing right there alone.
Yeah. NT looking a little bit disjointed. Boom gets popped, jockey cleared. Now they just send in Smoke Spit for fun. And Smoke is gonna land. Okay, barely gets that clear. That could have been a nice little turnaround there to at least to finish off the end here as Ascendant walks into the safe room, but not even able to land that as the Smoker gets chopped down.
And look at that and all. 4,012 points for 3 maps of death toll. 1532 for chapter. Wow. That's all I gotta say.
Wow is right. One thing I was wondering about was this Ascendant squad going from RPT 7 to Kings of Infernus Cup. They're running with a lot of the same members, but like you said, they've also brought in Lion into the fold, as well as, I believe, one other. And I was wondering, like, for example, we got Lion and Fincy here, both from Russia. I was wondering if there might be language situation, maybe different languages coming out, Russian and English, but we got the hit in from Ascendant. Charge, long charge, eventually gets cleared, Spit gets blocked. But yeah, basically what I was trying to say with that is it looks like Ascendant is having no issues with communication at MK.
Yeah, no, not whatsoever. I've chatted with these guys for a bit, and I played with a couple of them in games, and they all do speak English, somewhat. Whenever I hear their chat or voice chat, they pretty much speak English for the most part. Sometimes Vinci, I believe in Lions, can speak another language. And I do know for a fact that, of course, the Polish phenom himself, of course, speaks Polish. That is Kryza himself, but I don't really see them speak it. As a Boomer goes in for the sack, and third tank of the game for Ascendant, in the hands of Innuendo, as he's chucking moon rocks up there.
Yeah.
That was kind of close. But I'll tell you one thing, though, no, I definitely know Ascendant want to get more than one punch with this tank. They're being a little bit more patient, waiting for the spawns that he wants to be ideal for his commit. And I don't know if it's going to be a Charger or if he wants to rotate that for a Jockey. Nope, the Charger's going to sack. And he doesn't get any damage, but this is going to be opportunity as well for both sides. Now, I would say more so for Midnight Team to put up an impressive chapter score of bonus because look at what Ascendant has been doing. I mean, 4,000 for 3 maps is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, I don't think Midnight Team feels like they have anything to lose going into this. I'd like to see them mentally recover from what was a bit of a breakdown on their Survivor Chapter 2, be able to lock in some points on Chapter 3. They can recover, they just not need to knock it in their heads too much.
Alright, here he is. Innuendo is down 500 HP of his tank. They're shipping him down a little more. He's down to about 4,000 and change. Looks like he wants to get these survivors in the back. Oh my gosh, that's gonna, oh my goodness. They're gonna land a 2-cap though. He's probably gonna be able to grind out this survivor unless this car doesn't agree with him. Okay, yep, it's gonna be a death there. So the infected will line up a death onto Amrak. And there is the death. I don't see Innuendo getting much more unless he pops this hittable over the top of the survivors. Can he get it? Oh, not so much. Let's see, one more try for Innuendo. It looks like they're just going to pick him off.
Ooh.
He'll get the rock.
Yo!
And that should clean it up. I mean, here comes the Miracle Cardboard.
Come on, bro! No, don't do it to him!
And that is a dead tank. Smoker looks like he wants to linger. Charger comes in, gets a double. The Smoker tongue covers, but the Charger gets cleared right before the slams. And what a tank coming out there by Ascendant. Killing off the survivor, depleting 70% DB, 60% health bonus, and one set of pills. Because they can't carry another one because they lost somebody.
Right. And what a play out of Innuendo, getting the kill. And honestly, I thought Zoe was not giving Innuendo enough respect up there on top of the train car. Fortunately, narrowly evading death. They send in another hit. Hunt, Jock. Spit, not going to land on anything. They do sack into the quad, though.
Yep, they want to finish this off. They don't want to let Midnight get any of this bonus. They still do have a couple hundred, which is quite a bit for considering that you only have 3 guys left. I mean, they're doing probably the best they could in this scenario, but now it's going to be a big challenge having to deal with a quad coming up here, and the fact that they're not rolling with a shotgun. Oh no, now they switched. That would have been very interesting. No shotgun. They're coming with a clockwise. They're going to land the double cap, and it's going to be a wipe here. No.
Yeah.
And that is it for Midnight on Chapter 3. They wipe out 2 chapters. 1252 they put up. And just remember that, and all 808 of those points were just from map 1.
You're right. Yeah, chapters 2 and 3 have not been great showings for them, despite a star-studded chapter 1 to kick it off. It was a hopeful moment for Midnight Team, but once that survivor got killed off, they stack into the quad. You've only got 3 survivors left. Of course, you know, when you're in that situation, the ability, obviously, when you got one survivor dead, to incap all the other survivors. It's just, you can kill one, you still got to deal with 3 more. And the writing was on their wall there. They take down MT. We got this last chapter left. Interesting here. Gonna have a charger, jockey, and a smoker, MK.
Oh boy, they have the death charge possibility and the separation possibility. Maybe just landing on one boom and securing the rest would cause quite a catastrophe, as we witnessed in the hard rain match that we casted when we saw, unfortunately, going against NA's Last Hope / Coronis in memory pulling a hitman. It was Narita, unfortunately, but they're going to leave the safe room. The charger doesn't really get anything. Actually, I don't even know where the charger is. It's just going to... He's going in, and... Yeah. Okay, he slides down the hill, goes through the opening in the broken wall. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be hunted down by Bill. Bill ain't going to let it happen. I don't know if you saw that, no, but that was hilarious.
He said, "I'm out." He said, "I'm out." And I love the idea by Ascendant just absolutely bum rushing through chapter 4, the start area there. You're expecting teams to take it a bit slower, be trying to bait things out, and MT just wasn't ready for the tempo switch. And they get one through. 98.6% left in the hands of Ascendant. Spitter, Hunter, Smoker still got 7 seconds left on Vorkis, that charger that got hunted down, lagging behind on the spawn.
And look at that tri-cap with spit, no charger. Ooh. A pretty good grab and all, but unfortunately for him, the rest of the team wasn't ready to capitalize.
Yeah, I love MT going for openings like that. I love it. It was really unfortunate that the cover was not quite there. Otherwise, that would have been a very creative and effective hit.
Yeah, the damage is minimal. The clears are still impressive. Ascendant clearing up anything where they made a mistake as far as maximizing their health preservation, which they do so. And they're retreating back, which is pretty standard here and all. We'll see Volkis, I think if I said that right. Volkis?
Yeah.
Yeah, Volkis has probably the last tank for his team. He's going to bring as many toys as he can into play, but look at Ascendant. They're not going to let it go for Nye. They're going to try to chip him up. The Boomer is unsuccessful. They don't even have a smoker. Nothing's going to contest him from taking chip when getting the hittables in now. The SI can't stop it.
Yeah. Firing squad up on top of the bus. Vorkis going to try to get those dumpies into play. He's got one decent. Charge climbs up. Sacking it out. Hunter Jock.
He's not happy about this. He just stopped moving.
Yeah. Okay, he's 1,000 HP down. Car hit. He runs back for it. He's not just going to send it in. Okay, it gets over. Dumpster as well. Okay. Gets blocked by the wall. He does eventually have to commit. 3,000 HP left. I don't... Okay, it is what it is. Vorkis is going to keep sending it in. Hunter, Smoker, Jockey, they've got to go at some point. They send it a little bit late. Now they're going to be hunting down the survivors from the same angle. Smoker pull into the tank smack, but even that is not landed. And Ascendant has a chance to finish this Chapter 4 off in style, MK, with the perfect score. Possibility still within their reach.
Oh, it's possible, but I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, this chapter is known for its longevity. It's a very long chapter.
Right.
Not difficult as far as attack locations. I think the two most difficult, or three of the most difficult, one of the three difficult ones are coming up here, but probably one of the easier ones. As you can see, back it up, pull the S key, charger misses. Hunter was not there to help. One damage pounce will come out, gets cleaned up. But now that that attack is shut down, the perfect score is now over. But no. There's going to be one thing we're going to take note here, is when they start this event, everybody should pay attention and show and watch exactly the right way to take this event, how Ascendant is going to kind of navigate these commons to not impinge their way onto the safe room. We'll see it when it comes now, but there's another attack coming up, and I can't believe they're going to go in so quickly when everybody is not ready. The charger misses, Boomer gets popped, Smoker gets a pull for a ding, the jockey comes in at the end. I don't know, no, a little questionable there.
Yeah. Again, MT, they need absolute perfect synchronicity, especially with the momentum advantage that Ascendant has. They are just all on fire right now, and NT is not able to stand up to the pressure so far. But I like what you said about taking note of what Ascendant does at this event, because actually I think teams who want to get better should be taking notes of these matches in general of teams like Ascendant. So much you can learn. They do send in another hit to Hunter. Charge gets sidestepped, but they do lock in the Hunt Spit for, you know, at least a couple percentage points.
Yep, now that we have shown that, look at the commons they have spawned behind. Due to them doing this, they've waited after the event started, waited for the commons to pour out of the building, and now look at their road ahead of them. It is common free now.
Wow.
Right now there's going to be a couple that'll spawn in here, but they're going to get down this alley uncontested, as now the commons have to go the other way as they're backing over through the top way. And they weren't able to get through, which means they're going to take a little bit of damage here. One slam will come out. I mean, considering that's a good amount of damage, but I think it's still in favor of Ascendant and all, because they don't even have a spit set up for this hit. And that might be safe for them.
Yeah, we see so many hundreds, if not literally thousands of points ooze out of these survivors here at the final moments of Chapter 4, but Ascendant has evaded it perfectly. They do take some damage on that hit, but they've got a very clear pathway in. Spit blocks the safe room door. Lewis is going to take a moment, as well as Zoe. But absolutely what you said, teams need to take note, because that's definitely not something you see every single Death Toll match.
And that will be a 4-chapter score of 5,776 for Team Ascendant. And you are not reading that wrong. That is a 1764 chapter score for 1 chapter, and that is more points than the total accumulation so far coming out from Midnight Team. And they did have an 808-point chapter 1 just to follow back up on there, no?
Right.
So that's just an impressive showing from Ascendant right now, and a good beginning from Midnight Team, and I would like to see them stay with it because they impressed me on map 1 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I do want to see how they take this. I want to see if they can avoid. Ooh, okay, charge. Okay, a little bit target selection, a bit questionable. But they do eventually clear up the charge. Jockey even getting in there as well. 15% hit out of Ascendant to start off their survivor side. But I'm right there with you. I think Midnight Team impressed me a lot. They are currently like 62 rank on our sheet. And they played like at least a mid-level South American team. So respects to them. Going to be seeing a lot more of them. I hope they continue to play out matches in KIC. Ascendant going to send in another hit. Smoker pull. Hunt spit, not quite, but look at the spit scratch away.
Oh, and the stumbles in the spit too.
Yeah.
Oh man, 2 hits coming in. The damage is piling up. Almost 30% gone. It's still ticking up. I just don't think that Midnight Team right now has the momentum as their survivor play at the current moment. They're common locked every time the spawns are up, which gives the SI easy pickings to pick out which spawn or which survivor they want to grab and separate. And man, no, look at the spawns they have now. Great sack rotation, and there's no hesitation whatsoever. They're sending it out in the open. They do have commons around. The Charger does miss here. The Hunter is successful. The Jockey is not. Charger will get 1 fist. And that will be their first attack on this chapter that does single-digit damage. And Midnight Team is pushing forward. No hesitation here. Take it away now.
All right, gonna have the dumpster from Krycho. The round begins and it almost ends just like that. Another car comes out and he's just gonna walk up to these survivors, hits one near the car, not gonna fall for it, just keep getting smacked. 3,000 HP left on Krycha. Midnight Team could survive this. 2,000, 1,500. Hunter in from behind. Smoker pulls. 1 target is isolated. He will go down, but 3 survivors left. Dumpster, be careful. Nice Hunter clear. Dumpsters come out, ricocheting through. We got a car in the mix as well. Krycha's gonna slow it down. Use the car as a meat shield. 1,300 HP left. Nice attempt once again. Hittable control. Jockey on the head, carrying away. Andre gonna try to clean it up. Another dumpster, so close. Lewis gets smacked as well. Ah, man, down goes Francis. Car play coming out, 100 HP left. Another smack.
And they're going to survive the tank now, but they're going
Yeah.
it's going to cost them almost everything to do so. Survivor's now black and white, I believe so. I believe that's the second time Orcus has been down. Yes, it is. He's popped pills. No, he's not popped pills yet. They haven't given him pills yet. They're still not giving him pills yet, and they're not going to give him the pills. The person who hasn't been down yet is just going to eat them for some reason. And now we're going to see Volcus probably die with this next hit.
Ooh. All right, Charger starts it off. Does get cleaned up before it can connect with the wall. Smoker, Hunter, Hunt Spit. Nice ski. Standing in the spit. They walk it out, and hey, they live to fight another day.
Yeah, they will continue the crawl, and they have managed to put up about almost 1,600 points now. Lewis has fallen down. So if they could get just to 57-76, they'll be down just 4,000 points going into the finale, which is perfectly reasonable for a comeback. I don't know what anybody's talking about. This is definitely not out. They're actually going to kill him now. It's over. Oh! And they leave the 2 cap. As only one survivor is left clear to go up and help the pulled target. It's going to be an in cap. Can't get the clear. A couple seconds away from Innuendo helping, but I think Raka is going to be able to get this pickup.
Yeah, and then we're going to see the Boathouse finale. Church of the Boathouse.
And they have 38 bonus left. But it's going to be difficult for them to even make it with what they have left now. Oh, the DP. Oh, he misses. Innuendo, you need to uninstall. Sorry, my friend. If you're listening to this. Just kidding. I think this might be the cleanup. They're going to send the Charger in. He misses the strafe jump. He misses as well. So does the Jockey. Actually, the Jockey follows up. They actually managed to get an in cap. 2 in caps, nonetheless. Wow, I mean, only one capper kind of landed there now, and it worked out.
Yeah. Lewis does survive, picks him up, continues forward. MT's not done fighting yet. Let's see if they can make it into the safe room against all odds. Hunter, Smoker, Spitter, Boom. Boom drops in, gets 1 plus a stumble. Smoke. Pulling through. Should be an easy clear. Hunter. Not going to land the Hunt Spit, but Lewis. Down he goes.
Yes, and that will be the second in cap coming out from Amrik. Unfortunately for this person, they're probably going to be deceased in just a couple of seconds after being picked up. No one's watching the Charger spawn. He's going to strafe down there, and he doesn't get the double. Slam comes out, killing off that survivor. He grabs another survivor, in-caps that one, and then that will be the wipe coming out.
That is crazy.
Team Ascendant getting the victory over Midnight, 57-76, 17-18. GG.